Hi there knitting friends and welcome to Korppari Knits, my knitting related YouTube channel. My name is Laura and I'm from Finland, and since the last video I've had quite a lot of new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. So I think I could mention where the name Korppari Knits comes from. I did that on my very first video, but in case you haven't watched it, the name Korppari is just a nicknamey, shorter version of our family name. Our family has always gone by as the Korpparis, like the Kardashians, you know. So hence the name Korppari Knits, and Korppari has also been and is still one of my nicknames. So yeah, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee now, and the sofa is squeaking, so well, it's what it is. So it's been a while since my last video. I have quite a lot of stuff to show you, and I don't have any notes, so it'll probably be a bit chaotic and quite a long episode. I have a bit of a surprise in the end, because I have actually taken up a new craft. All my finished objects today are of that. They're not knitted ones, but I'm gonna show that to the end, so stick around. Yeah, so as said, I have quite a lot of stuff to show you today, but they're actually mostly purchases and new whips, because I've been really feeling the chaotic cast on energy since the last video, and also I've been splurging quite a lot of money to knitting supplies and yarn, which is not that typical for me, but I'm not gonna lie, it has felt very good, and I think I now have enough yarn at least for the rest of the year, but probably also to next and the year after that as well. But still, I'm not gonna put myself in a yarn ban, because I don't want to encourage anybody to any kind of a restrictive behavior and stuff, but I still want to focus on actually knitting up the yarn I've now bought. So I already have plans for all the yarns I've bought since the last video, so I'm gonna talk about the plans in this video as well. But yeah, let's get cracking now. So what should I do first? I could show you my first whip, or like the whip I casted on first since the last video. Also, I could mention at this point that I'm not gonna show my old whips in this video, as there hasn't been basically any progress on those. Quite many of them are also very warm wools and stuff, so I haven't felt like knitting them now in summer, and also we've been having these very summery days now in September as well, so let's see when the temperatures actually turn to like true autumn temperatures. Yeah, but so this is from the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk I got from Jyväskylä Knit Festival, and you may recognize this design because it's very popular, and it is indeed the Cumulus Tee by PetiteKnit. and it's been going pretty nicely. I started this in July, so this will definitely take me at least 2 months to make. I've somehow ended up in a point of my life where basically all my whips are somehow a bit tricky, or that they all require attention when knitting them. And as the summer has been quite hot, I just haven't felt that much knitting mojo, to be honest. But this one I've done like here and there whenever I have felt like it. And there's still like I'd say about 15 centimeters to go of the body, and then the I-cord edges, and then the sleeves, and then the I-cord to the neckline, and then it's done. So yeah, as said in the last video, the color is the Dusty Artichoke, which I now see suits me even better than I could have imagined. You may be able to tell that yet again we have a serious case of growing out at hand, because you can really see the point of which I've attached the project in the round, because my knitting flat tension is always way looser. I still haven't figured out whether they are my knit or purl stitches that are looser. I could guess that it's the purl stitches, but I'm not sure. And as I don't own any interchangeable needles, it would be such a hassle to change needles every single row. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is, though it does irritate me a bit. But then again, it's rather a mild source of irritation, you know. But yeah, I'm not in a rush with this one, because obviously it's not gonna be a finished summer knit for this summer. So let's see when I get the urge to finish this one. I think I've used only one ball so far, and the second one is looking like this. I bought 4 balls of this yarn, so there will probably be some leftovers, as usually when knitting PetiteKnit patterns. But I have this one old mohair. I tried it with the yarn, and it's actually a perfect match. So when this one is finished, I'm gonna knit up some cute little scarf out of those two, and finally get to use the mohair one. So that's cool as well. And then what else? Oh yeah, this one is not in a very photographic state, but I'm gonna show this one anyway. So this is the very start of another PetiteKnit pattern, the storm sweater. And as you can see, I'm still at the very start. I haven't even finished all the short rows yet, so hence the this situation. And I purchased this yarn quite soon after the festival, so I wanted to cast this on like immediately, but haven't actually knit this one since. But the yarn is Cotton Merino by Drops, and this color is number 20, and I believe the name was Water Pebbles, which I feel is quite good one, because don't know if you can tell in this lighting, but it is this like pearl green, but in some lights it looks like very pale blue, and then in others it also looks like very pale minty green. So very beautiful one. And I was like, am I really gonna use a gray sweater? Because like it's a gray sweater, you know, and that to me feels rather boring. But then again, I figured that it could be nice to have at least like one, like the most basic sweater, because all my projects tend to be these like, well, to put it bluntly, vomits of color. So I don't know, maybe I'm not gonna want that effect like every time when I'm wearing my knits, so then I'll have at least this one neutral one. And as it has the texture, then it has still some interest with it. Yeah. And I chose the cotton merino because as I probably told you up till this point, I tend to run hot quite easily, and I wanted to be able to use this like more than my like warmest wool sweaters. So yeah, I actually don't know whether I'm like loving the outcome, because, well, newsflash, it has also cotton with it. So the like fabric it creates is maybe not that like well, not that nice somehow as wool would be. But as said, I want to emphasize on the actual wearability factor, so that I would actually wear the garment as well. So hence this choice. I have only one whip to go, and that one I actually cast on just today. And it's the beginning of a sock. This is the Lucky Omen Yarns sock yarn I purchased from US Knit Festival in the color Meadow, I believe. Or actually not Meadow, it was Keto, which is meadow in Finnish. But anyway, I really want to yarn to shine, so I only knit this 2x2 rib. I haven't actually done before, because especially when knitting with thicker yarns, I just don't like the look of it that much. But as this is fingering, I think it's looking rather nice. And I've just started to knit the part with no ribbing, and I'm gonna keep them simple so that the yarn will get the attention it deserves. It's so nice to knit something simple for a change. Well, I do have the Cumulus Tee, of course, but somehow I feel like all my other projects and also the plans I have now feel somehow overwhelming, to be honest. I don't know, somehow I've just ended up in a situation that like every other whip than those two, and also every other plans are either color work or then very well, not even tricky textures, but still new to me ones, and they of course require quite much headspace to get the hang of. And also, as you'll soon see or hear, I have a plan of knitting up my very first cabled project, and turns out that was not that easy as I had imagined. So yeah, very nice to knit plain vanilla socks. Yeah, I could actually talk about the cable project to be next, though I've knit up a swatch that does not have the cable parts, but still. It's gonna be the book club cardigan by Sari Nordlund, which I'm so excited about, because I've been having my eye on the pattern ever since she first introduced it in Instagram. I even for a while pondered upon whether I should try to get to be her test knitter, but now in hindsight, I'm very glad I did not apply for the test knit, because it probably would have been a bit too much for me. But I'm very much looking forward to knitting up the project. This yarn is Cotton Merino by Katja in this gorgeous rosy color. And this is the moss stitch part. I knit this with 5mm needles, so that's one size up from the pattern. And with this one I got gauge. And I have this, sorry about the crinkly noises, but I have this much out of it. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 balls, and then still the one I knit the swatches with. And yeah, the yarn is just the most beautiful and squishy thing. And actually I don't have anything pink yet in my knitted wardrobe. So also because of that one, I'm very excited about the pattern. And I actually have casted it on already. I don't have it here because I don't know. Somehow, when I'm knitting with some new to me technique, it tends to be quite a rocky start somehow. And I don't know, when I started the project, then I did, like at least to my understanding, I did understand the, like, how to knit the cables part. But then if I was to knit up the chart, then somehow, like, I don't know if I had somehow too many stitches or something, but it just felt like if I was to knit like all the twists what cabling requires, then it would not like add up with the chart. I don't know. I have to do some more research on how to actually knit the cables, but I'm glad as I actually have also purchased yarn for another Sari Nordlund pattern that is even like more advanced. I'm actually very glad that I've decided to spare that one to like later when I've actually knitted something cabled. And it's gonna be the Aurelia pullover. You may be familiar with it and know that it also has bubbles, which I haven't knit ever either. So it'll probably be a good idea to finish all the cabled and textured knits first, and then just have the Aurelia, and then probably some vanilla socks to go. because I know otherwise I probably will be too overwhelmed to get it done. And it's such a beautiful design that I do want to knit that up at some point as well. But I feel it's not that time yet, and that's totally alright, because I know it'll come, but just later. When someday I'm gonna knit the Aurelia, I'm gonna do it with this yarn, Drops Charisma, in the color 50. It's funny because even though I just love this color, it's kind of same that in my scarf, and also, I don't know if you can tell, but my eyeliner as well. I still somehow haven't been wearing that much these blue shades or teal ones, but now I've somehow realized that they kind of rock, you know? At least with my skin tone. So the yarn also has a bit of a like liveliness to it. I don't know if you can tell, but there is some heathery, isn't that what you call it? And I think the Aurelia will look just gorgeous in this yarn. I actually got a 1.5 skeins of this yarn from my godmother, who is also a knitter, and she didn't have any use for the leftovers, so hence I ended up with this color. And I'm very glad, because I probably wouldn't have chosen this color otherwise. I'm guessing I'm gonna knit this yarn and the Aurelia later in the year, probably in the winter or maybe even next year. But when I do, it's gonna be a jolly time. Yeah. Then another swatch, which was also the purchases from US Knit Festival. This is the Noro Silk Garden Sock Solo, I believe, in the color T19, if I remember correctly, in this gorgeous purple. And I don't know if you can tell, but yet again, so much rowing out going on. I'm not sure whether this time it was like me or the yarn, because there somehow seemed to be quite a lot of inconsistency in the thickness of the yarn, because you can probably tell that there are quite a lot of like these bumpy parts. Well, of course there is rowing out as well, but I still feel that the yarn was quite like the tension was very different, that there were these thicker parts and then thinner parts. So I don't know, I don't now remember how many stitches in 10 centimeters this had, but I do remember that it was wildly off gauge, because I probably mentioned in my last video that I'm gonna use this to knit the Cuddy Jumper by Ines Oliveira, who is PetiteKnit probably. And I'm actually now wondering whether the yarn is just a tad bit too thick for that project. But I think I'm still gonna knit that one. I'm just then gonna have to do some knitting math and probably knit a size that's way smaller than it would when knitting with the right gauge. But I think it'll turn out a usable garment anyway, so yeah. But I'll probably knit this one also later, so that'll be a future Laura's problem. Then I want to mention that I've also done quite a lot of frogging, because I don't know, sometimes I feel that here in YouTube we only like show the positive sides of knitting and don't share the fails, which I feel is so important to be transparent about. And I myself want to like encourage to that kind of culture. So hence I want to share this and say that, actually I could correct myself a bit that, yeah, I know that people share their fails, but somehow sometimes I feel that the discourse we're using when talking about our makes is quite a harsh one, you know? That everybody is like sharing the like downs of their projects, and they're like, oh yeah, well, this is not perfect, and there's a mistake in here and there, and like, yeah, I can see that, but for the love of God, you knitted the project yourself with your bare hands. Like, that's just amazing, right? So I don't know, somehow I've just felt that it's important to like show all the parts of the process as well. So this is or was my peacock tee. This is Woollywood by Novita, and there's nothing wrong with the pattern itself, quite the opposite, and I do want to knit that later, but somehow I just kept messing up with the chart. I had so much of a hassle with it, even though it wasn't even that hard or tricky. It was just that I kept having too many stitches, and then I just got fed up with it. So the time for it is probably gonna come later, and that's okay. In August, I went to this one music festival to which I had in mind to knit something, but then along came the classic, and I just had made so ambitious plans that I realized that with the pace I was knitting them, I just wouldn't be able to finish them in time. And as somehow, again, I had ended up in a situation that the projects I had in mind were somehow too like concentration consuming. So then I just frogged them. And another of those was this one. This is some mohair by Sanders Garn. The tin mohair, I think. I don't remember the color name. I don't even have the tag anymore. But this is like this ashy or like gray purple. And I was knitting the Snararnes or something like that. I'm gonna put the name on the screen. By Gudrun Johnston, I believe. And it's this gorgeous, gorgeous tiny lace scarf. I'm also gonna knit up sometime later. But it was just that I was somehow feeling so stressed about that I have to finish this, I have to finish this. I somehow had made a real like fixation out of the project and out of the fact that I would be able to wear it in the festival. And then I was like, no, knitting is my hobby. I want to keep it that way. I don't want it to turn out to something which causes me stress and pressure, because there's no need for it. It's a hobby, you know, and a source of joy. So yeah, I'm just somehow very glad of all the frogging I did. So I said I want to share And yeah, someday I'm also gonna take up this project again, but now just wasn't the time for it. And then a third abandoned project that actually is not frogged, but it's like half finished, and actually I'm not gonna make the project. I think I'm gonna do the frogging later, but it's a half of a crossbody bag. This is the Boulevard bag by Lily Kate France, and as with the other frog projects, there's nothing wrong with the pattern. I just wasn't feeling the yarn and colors I chose like at all. I felt that the choice of yarn and color I made somehow produced this like too much of a homemade look that I just don't enjoy, and I think I wouldn't wear the bag. This is some age-old Sannes fritidsgarn I have, and then this is Seitsemän veljestä, which I have dyed myself with beetroot, I believe. And I'm thinking I could make some felted slippers with this one, because I bought this back when I didn't understand anything of different like yarn types, and why like all yarns do not go perfectly in any projects, that there are actually reasons behind why a pattern says that use this kind of yarn, and it's quite scratchy, and as I reckon it'll probably produce rather nice felted fabric, then I'm gonna spare it to that. And I do also like the color of the yarn I dyed, but like separately. That together, it's just not the vibe I was going for. And I was thinking I could yet again sometime later on, maybe next summer, I could knit this pattern again from probably black boucle yarn. I think that could be a very nice choice for the pattern. Yeah, but so far it's just hanging around and minding its own business. That's totally all right. And then I have one yarn purchase to go, and it's this gorgeous piece of yarn. It's by Die-Cat Studio, and it says hand dyed in Finland. This is their DK, and the shade is called Merimakkara, which I feel is hilarious. It's well, quite literally sea sausage. It's probably not that one in English, but I will tell or put the name on the screen as well. Actually, me and my partner have had this joke of these merimakkaras, so I just had to buy this. And it's a gorgeous blend of all these pastely and neon colors. There's blue, white, purple, neon green, some orange, pink, and like, what is this color? Oh my god. Well, I don't know, a paler pink. So yeah, I bought 2 skeins. These are 100 grams each, and it's 100% Finnish wool. And the yarn has also been spinned in Finland in Pirtin kehräämö, which is quite a I think Finland's biggest like spinnery. I hope that's the word. Yeah. Oh, look at these colors together with my nails. I just love this. Yeah. And I already made a ball out of it. So it looks quite a lot like lighter, but still very cute. And as for these, I also have a plan. I'm gonna knit the pressed flower shawl out of this one by Amy Christophers, probably. And it's funny because I know like a while ago, and well, still probably we are riding the pressed flowers patterns wave. And when it started, I was like, it's not for me. Like, probably because I feel that everybody was making these quite earthy toned ones, and I do like some tones like that, especially like deep forest green is very nice, but I feel the cooler tones suit me better, and I tend to gravitate towards those. Then I just somehow it got off my radar. But then I don't remember whether I saw somebody making a more like pastel-y one or something, but then I just somehow realized that, hey, nothing is stopping me from making this like pastel-y one, even though that's not the kind everybody else seems to be making, but I can do my own choices. I'm an adult, you know, the perks of being one, right? Yeah, so I actually had in mind to use this as the base color, but then after purchasing it, I realized that I don't have enough meterage for the main color, and also maybe in Ravelry the pattern oh my god, what's the word? Yes, recommended, not required, as I somehow felt the urge to say, but recommended to use like variegated yarn as the contrasting color instead of the base color or main color. So the amount I have will probably make a good contrasting color then. And I don't have the main color yet, but I have this teeny tiny scrap from some old sock project. It's this lavender kind of purple. It's Maija by Jessel or Jestel. And this is DK, I think. So I think it would go quite nicely with the contrasting color. And well, we seem to have a bit of a theme in this episode, because guess what? I haven't tried mosaic knitting either. And as you probably know, the pressed flowers patterns use that technique. So yet again, I would have to learn a new technique. And I do want to do that as well. But as with all the other projects, probably a bit later. So a lot of plans, right? To be completely honest, all these projects will probably take me like more or less to the very end of the year, because as said, all these projects will require, well, not all of them will require learning new techniques, and there's nothing wrong with that per se either, but it's just I know that I myself now am in a place that I probably won't have enough headspace to do like the learning a new technique part like multiple times at once, so that I'll probably knit the more challenging ones like one at a time, so that I won't get too overwhelmed. Because I've only knit since I think 2021 or something. I still consider myself as a well, not beginner knitter anymore, but I want to keep a very like humble mindset, because I know I'm not like advanced by any means. So yeah, but I'm a very adventurous one. So that's good, right? And speaking of new adventures, as I told you in the start, I've also taken up a new craft, that is sewing, and that I'm so excited about as well. I'm taking this all year round course in this adult education center. I don't know if it like translates like internationally, that whether like for example in the US they have those places. In the US it'll probably be called a community college or something like that, but then again I'm not absolutely sure whether it's like the exactly same thing. But anyway, this place, this amazing place to which you can go to take courses, and it's rather affordable, and they have all the machines and stuff. So I'm very glad I got in, because they're also very popular, that you had to like be when the applying started, the like page went down and everything, like as if I was buying some music concert tickets or something like that. It really reminded me of my teenage years when buying all the gig tickets and stuff like that. But I got in, and the first time was last week, and then I managed to make these two very basic but still amazing pillow covers. Yay! I know I just gave a huge rant, well, not huge, but that I just ranted over that we should be proud of our skills as crafters, but I do acknowledge that this is rather basic, yeah. But then again, I ought not to belittle myself, because I don't by any means take this for granted. Because back in school, because everybody in Finland does some like crafting at school, you can choose between like textiles and woodwork, and I chose textiles, but I was just not into any kind of crafting at all. The crafting lessons were always quite negative experience, because all the teachers got fed up by the pace I had, which was like so much slower than it probably was required, and I would have needed so much more detailed teaching than it was possible to give. So the fact that I now, as an adult, have got the crafting bug myself, and the fact that I am actually able to learn the stuff like from scratch and start from zero like years and years later, it's just the coolest thing, and I just love learning, even though it also is a bit of a hassle, or that like the first tries will not always be the most pleasant ones. But if you get past that irritation, then little by little you learn these all new things, and that's just so cool. Especially thinking about crafts that you can actually create stuff with your bare hands that you'll be able to use. That's just... I hope I can keep this mindset also in the future when I get better in sewing as well, because it's just so cool. This fabric was freaking free from this one amazing recycling center in Helsinki. My very dear friend lives next to it, so every time I visit her, I tend to go. And now, as I've taken up sewing, I must say I'm a bit afraid that will I now soon have also a quite respectable amount of fabric, because I do have quite a lot of yarn. So yeah, I don't know, but I feel that especially in sewing, there's so much material already existing in the world, and as I tend to wear secondhand clothes anyway, then why wouldn't I also purchase secondhand material for my sewing projects? Of course, you could do that with the knitting projects as well, but I feel somehow, at least at this point, that somehow like creating something from scratch from fabric that'll probably turn out as a thing you'll get actual use out of is somehow easier with fabric. That to me, at least now, as I really don't understand anything about, well, anything, but like I don't have that thorough understanding of like fabric, like of different fabrics. So yeah, but yeah, I think this has been a curtain probably. There was this tag that says that it's 100% cotton. It's by this one, like homeware chain. I actually already went to this another amazing recycling center in my town, and did purchase 2.5 kilos of fabric. I need material for the course, so now I do, and have already plans for all the fabrics as well. I'm not going to show them now because I still want to keep the emphasis of this channel in knitting, but I'll probably be popping in the sewing parts in the future as well. But I'll probably make them in the end, so you can skip the part if you're not interested in sewing. I hope in the next episode I have more progress on my whips and maybe even some finished knitted objects, but let's see. I try to remind myself also of the fact that even though someone in social media seems to be a very fast knitter, I don't have to be one. And if I finish way less projects in, for example, a year than somebody else does, then it's okay. And now, as I've also taken up sewing, I'll probably have finished stuff anyway, so it doesn't really matter which kind of craft they are, right? Yeah, but that was probably it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to see my Instagram or Ravelry, they are with the same handle Korppari knits, though I'm not that active in either ones, but just a reminder that they do exist, so feel free to follow me there as well if you want. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment on what you are planning to knit on this autumn, or anything that you want to tell the world. And yeah, see you next time, guys. Happy knitting. Bye.